Dak Prescott with the shoulder injury that was incurred on Sunday against the Rams. He was tackled by Clay Matthews. Chris Sims spotted it right away that there's something wrong with that shoulder. And, AC joint sprain in the throwing arm of a quarterback, not an ideal situation. And look, I don't expect Dak Prescott to say, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get this done on Sunday. I don't expect anybody from the Cowboys to tell us that the shoulder is messed up if it's really messed up. He's not going to throw much, if at all, in the practices preceding the game, which I think says plenty. And Big Cat from the get-go. And if I'm the Eagles, I'm loading up the box. I'm taking away Ezekiel Elliott early, and I want to see Dak Prescott throw the football, and I want to know what he's got before I adjust to aggressively defending the passing game. I want him to prove that he can throw the ball with that shoulder. And also, there's a bullseye on that shoulder. We know how it goes in football. There's going to be members of the Eagles defense that are trying to hit that arm and hit that shoulder. And if Dak Prescott runs, he's fair game.
Yeah, and this is a fascinating game to me because the Eagles have not been playing well. They've won 2 in a row, but they haven't been playing well. They lost to the Dolphins. They struggled with the Giants on Monday Night Football. They were down 14-3 at half. And guess what? That game, I know that the score will show that it was a 10-point game, but that last touchdown came at the very, very end. That Redskins game, they didn't blow them out. They needed some heroics. They needed Carson Wentz to go 8 for 8 on his final drive to win that game. So they have not been playing well against some of the worst teams in the NFL. And then on the other side, you have the Dallas Cowboys, who you cannot figure out what they are because they have a roster that you'd put up with pretty much any other roster in the NFL. And they've played games where they have looked so bad, and then they come out and play a game against the Rams last week where everything worked, everything clicked. The running game is going, and that's really it. If the Cowboys can run the football and they can build everything off of Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott and play action pass, they look like a team that could be playing in Miami in February. It's crazy to say, but that is their ceiling when things start to roll. So it's really like the Eagles. If the Cowboys had any kind of consistency, I would never even think about the Eagles winning this game with the way they've played recently. But we have the Cowboys' inconsistency that has been in the back of our brains, and laying an egg against the Bears and laying an egg against the Bills, and losing to the Vikings, and there's all these games where they haven't stepped up in big time moments. So it's a fascinating game that I can't even pretend to tell you what's going to happen.
And they've already beaten the Eagles 37-10 this year, which I think works against the Cowboys in this spot because there may be that sense, hey, we're better than this team. All we have to do is show up and it'll go our way. If the Eagles can deliver a couple of punches to the mouth early, and it's almost like the Cowboys, they slip into a funk that they can't get out of. And what happens is, and in the Bills game and in the Bears game, they score on the first drive. They look great. They had that 17-play drive, and as you aptly pointed out, in jest, they used up all their good plays on the first drive of the game, and they did. They were horrible after that. That's what they need to guard against. There's that moment somewhere middle of the first quarter through halftime where they just kind of fall apart. And with the Eagles at home, if this game was in Dallas, I'd feel differently about it. But with the Eagles at home, with Carson Wentz playing as well as he has, and with that history that we've seen, 2017 and 2018, different circumstances, but 2017, they were written off going into the playoffs. They were underdogs at home in 2 playoff games, and they won both of them. Last year, they were written off. They were done. They were 4-6. They pulled it together down the stretch. This is Doug Peterson, and this is Carson Wentz's chance to get everybody to shut the hell up about Nick Foles, and they kept the wrong quarterback, and Carson Wentz is underachieving. He has, even though it hasn't been against great opposition, which does give me pause, he has played well with this collection of guys that they're Vince Papale's, right? They had an open tryout, and they signed the guys who showed up. That's who's on the team for him to throw the football to. But I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I just feel like this is one of those moments where Jason Garrett is going to do Jason Garrett things. The team is going to stumble into that wilderness where all of a sudden they don't know where they are and they don't know how to get out of it. And the Eagles at home, fueled by that rabid crowd, the Eagles are going to win the game, and it's going to set up a win-and-in scenario next week for the Eagles when they play the Giants. I mean, they can still lose the division to the Cowboys, and that would be the ultimate Eagles thing, to beat the Cowboys and then go and lose to the Giants next week. But I think the Eagles win, and I think they will win. I think the Eagles are going to win the division. I do.
Wow. Okay, I'm taking the Cowboys in this game, and that's no disrespect to this Eagles team and Carson Wentz because they really just have no one left. And I joke that Miles Sanders is playing so well right now. He's playing so great this last few weeks that he is going to get injured because that's just how the Eagles season has gone. Like anytime someone steps up and looks like they can be a fill-in guy, they get hurt. So that's the Eagles season in a nutshell. Mike, they have not played well since they played the Bears first half because they actually didn't play well in the second half. But since then, they lost to the Patriots and their offense was completely shut down. They lost to the Seahawks at home, and the Seahawks tried to give that away. They lost to the Dolphins in a game that they needed to win. And as I said before, they struggled with the Giants and the Redskins. So what recently tells you the Eagles are going to come out and be, able to play at the Cowboys level? Or is it more an indictment on the Cowboys is what you're saying?
It's an indictment on the Cowboys. It's Jason Garrett doing the ultimate Jason Garrett move, which is, and look, you laid it out perfectly. This is a Super Bowl roster. Could you imagine if the Cowboys get in at 8-8 or 9-7 and run the table against all these double-digit win teams? They could do it. But at some point, Jason Garrett is going to drag them down, and it may come on Sunday.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.